There's an actual spider on my spider. It's gotta be a good omen. What's up, y'all? Jeremiah with Spider Grills. Listen, the cicadas outside are so loud that I have to do all of the talking parts of this video in my house. But don't worry, I've got a great cook for you. But before I do the cook, I'm gonna actually show you how I clean the Huntsman whenever I use it. I want to tell you that I clean it every time, but I don't want to lie to you. Luckily, the Venom does a lot of the heavy lifting for me. I'll wear a glove and I'll take out the big chunks of charcoal inside my grill. And then I'll just toss those, especially the ones that are already grayed out. If it's a big block of unused charcoal, I'll save it in there for the next cook. All I have to do is move the sweep inside the Huntsman, and a lot of the dust goes right down into the holes of my grill. Then I can just pop the ash bucket off and I can just throw that dust and charcoal in the garbage. I'm going to get a shop vac and I'm gonna get all the remaining dust inside this thing. For today's cook, we're gonna be making what a lot of people call the poor man's brisket. I don't like to call it that because, as my dad would say, you're only poor if you act like it. And when I'm grilling, I'm filthy rich. So today, I'm gonna be throwing on a beautiful chuck roast. We're gonna do it low and slow at 225 until I reach internal temp of 165. So I'm using lump charcoal today. I'm gonna fill one side of my Huntsman with that lump charcoal. And then I'm gonna put a few chunks in a chimney and get those glowing hot. Once the charcoal gets good and hot, I'm gonna put it on one side of my pile of charcoal in my grill. Now, because I have my pit probe set at the back of my grill, I like to put the lit charcoal towards the back so I can get a more accurate read at how big the fire is in my grill. And I'm gonna let my grill come up to temp at 225. I like to season my chuck roast just like I like to season my brisket. Very, very simply. A little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. I like to use Lane's brisket rub. We love Lane's and we think everything they do is amazing. I'm gonna put it in a cooking tray so I can help save some of those juices whenever it's sitting in the grill. Once my chuck roast gets that internal temperature of 165, I'm gonna take it out and then I'm gonna line the bottom of my tray, Kettle and Fire bone broth. This is my favorite brand of bone broth. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's only really good ingredients. And this helps keep my chuck roast as juicy as possible. And once I hit 165, I'm gonna take the chuck roast off and I'm gonna wrap my tray. I typically use parchment paper over tinfoil, but if you use tinfoil, it'll work just the same. I just wrap it and then go set it back on the grill until I hit my internal temperature of 205. Now, I know there are gonna be people that tell you there's nothing like a brisket. I get it. You love doing a long, low, and slow. You want it to take all day. But if you wanna mix things up, if you wanna try something different without it being as much of a hassle, chuck roast is a great alternative and it's delicious. That's all it takes. Go get you a chuck roast, go get you a Huntsman. Dinner's on you. See you next time.